Dear residents, hello, my name is Adil and I'm County Councillor for Toaston Road Division. I'm very sorry for such an informal video recording, but I came back home not that long ago. We had a very important meeting today, deciding on the confidence in our leadership at the County Council. And being a new member who walked into the office about 7 or 8 months ago, following the election, I had to learn that the County Council is a very complex structure of departments who have been run at different levels and in different ways, and there are multiple factors for the reasons as to the financial difficulty the authority is finding itself at the moment. In the end of November last year, we have been first told about the possible collapse that the County Council is facing. We were told by our leadership and our senior team that everything is in hand and under the control, but unfortunately Section 114 notice has been issued by our Chief Financial Officer, which restricts any further additional unplanned spending, and the government inspector is currently doing his research into the authority as to how it was run, to come up with a report on the 16th of March with recommendations which he finds suitable. The worst maybe is he might ask for commissioners to come in, essentially, in other words, government to take control over the County Council and make decisions that we don't want to make. We have got a legal duty to set the budget. The vote on the budget is tomorrow. It was moved from last week due to the exceptional circumstance. As backbenchers, we were fighting as much as we could to ensure that the proposals in the budget are not as draconian as they could have been, or as they have been portrayed or placed before us by our officers. Unfortunately, there is so much we can do as the elected members. The vote on the budget tomorrow might appear a fight between a brain and a heart. There are difficult decisions to make. We have to set the legal budget to tally the books up in order to ensure that we're not in the same position next year. I won't be going into great details on the whole financial situation the county is currently facing, but with pressures coming from mainly the adult social care and children's services, we as the authority become an authority of the social care provision. Currently, there is an inspector from the government doing his research into the local authorities' budget, into how the decisions were made in the past, into where we are now at present. And on the 16th of March, he's expected to submit his report, which might include a range of recommendations, and the worst of them, I suppose, or as I understand, or so I was told, might be the commissioners to come in. In other words, the government taking control over how the County Council is run. That would mean that the elected member would lose any right to comment or review or even scrutinize the decisions or the action which is going to be imposed on us by the government's commissioner. There will be, to my understanding, no vote if we'll be taken over. There might not even be a proper democratic scrutiny process to the decisions they're going to take. We would have to face some draconian cuts, the ones that we as backbenchers, fighting on your behalf, attending scrutiny meetings, submitting comments, coming to all the group gatherings, coming up with the best solutions which we have faced tomorrow in the budget. The budget has to be set. It has to be lawful to vote for, and it is our legal duty as elected members to pass the budget through as other authorities are relying on it in order to set their budgets. You might see the vote as the battle between the brain and the heart. There's certainly items that we as elected members representing our communities would love to avoid. There's certain items that we would love to change. there are certain things that we would love to do different. The budget was supposed to be voted in last week. Due to all the exceptional circumstance, the measures were in place to move the budget a week forward in order to give a week for officers, the cabinet and the elected members of the council to have their say and come up with proposals on the savings that needs to be found in order to balance the books. With sad heart, I have to confirm that the financial gap is huge. Finding those savings in the scope of a week, almost impossible. The proposals that are faced by councillors tomorrow are much better and softer than the original proposals tabled before us by the officers. However, I know that one of the key issues is the library. Roade is facing the library's closure because the county council will no longer be able to financially and physically support the library. There is currently a very active and very good group, Friends of Roade Library, cooperating with volunteers on the ground, such as residents of Roade Village and the Parish Council of Roade, and I'm committed to act on their behalf, representing their views and getting any information they need from the county side of things, as well as, to my best skill and knowledge, advise, guide and work with them on the achievement of turning our Roade Library into a new management model. If County Council votes option 2 tomorrow, the libraries will lose its continuous financial support and will be given a chance turning into a community managed library which is independently run. This practice is common across the United Kingdom. The practice where community managed libraries became much more successful than the ones run by the local authority. It is certainly not going to be easy. Running such a community managed model is going to be a brand new thing for Roade Library, and in fact many libraries in Northamptonshire, those who will be taking up the chance and proving to the county that the communities are strong enough to be able to manage to keep their libraries open, even if the local authority is turning its back on it. But by saying that, it sounds so crude. In all fairness, the county council, from the current proposal, still will be willing to have the open communication stream with the community group willing to take on the responsibility of running the library as their own. They will be able to provide information technology specialists and, to my understanding, fixtures and fittings, including books. I do hope that as many of you will be able to volunteer to join forces and help Friends of Roade Library, Roade Parish Council and myself. Even though I'm a backbencher and got elected only 7 or 8 months ago, even though I was not part of the financial decisions that led the council to the cliff it is standing at the moment, even though I'm a new member, I feel guilty. I feel like I failed you. I feel like I failed you in a way that cannot be mended. But I'll do my best to ensure that throughout the whole way, whatever is needed, whatever is required, whatever is necessary, I will be able, or I'll do my best to deliver in form of knowledge, help, advice, guidance and support. I'm sorry for the mess we're in at the moment. There's definitely going to be change at the County Council. All eyes now are on the subject of the reports that are due to be published on the 16th of March from the Government Inspector. The report will outline the reasons behind the current crisis we're in, and the report will outline the recommendations as to what we can do to make it better. I'm sorry for what you have to experience. Roade and Toaster and all other villages which I represent, as well as all people of Northamptonshire, deserve much better services, and the news that you've been hearing since end of November last year are dreadful. We shouldn't be in that mess, and we hope that we do all our best to get us out of it. But please bear with us. There will be difficult decisions made. Most likely there will be more cuts on the way. We as members are taking 10% cut to our salaries. Cabinet members and those with special responsibilities are taking percentages cut to their wages. We're trying to find money anywhere we can. Certain decisions of ours are a drop in the ocean in comparison to the total financial gap that county is facing. But please, bear with us. We should be able to sort things out. We will take some time. As I've said, with most likely now the new leadership coming in to power, there will be a fresh breath of air, the new blood, and hopefully the change in the culture of how the county council is currently run. I just want you to know, and I think you've got the right, that I am, as your elected member, I am as your representative, is there for you. My name is Adil Sadygov. I'm representative of Toaston Road Division. I'm contactable. Please do get in touch with me. I'm eager to hear your comments, and if you've got any suggestions, or if you've got structured criticism, then by all means on 078 3503 4496, or by email on asadygov@northamptonshire.gov.uk. I'm sorry again, and thank you for watching.